Hello. I know this wasn't scheduled till 12. I thought I'd just get it out of the way a little bit early because I really want to take a shower and then eat something. And that is sort of what I wanted to talk about today, day 7. Congratulations on making it this far. Welcome to my nest. I had always intended to do these two things back to back because the purpose of today, whether you've done a run or not, or done a workout or not, a lot of us tend to have the same thoughts. Did I do enough? Did I do it right? And there's a big difference. We've spoken about it before on the podcasts. At the heart of what I do, there is doing things correctly, and then there's doing things right. And what it comes down to, as far as I'm concerned, is did you get what you needed to get out of that effort? And we don't, in American culture, talk about effort that much. We don't give A's for effort. We love to say that. We love depriving children of participation ribbons or even saying like good job because we think that builds character. But what we do is we invalidate work and we invalidate effort. And that is the opposite of what I think I want to be teaching my kids. And it's the opposite of what I want to reinforce in my adult clients. So the reason, really what underpins the 140 rule, and if you've ever run with me, that rule is firm and it's not changing. I say that 140 is a cap, not a target, but it's a cap on easy effort runs. Meaning, if you were harder than that, if your effort was harder and your heart rate was higher than that, that was probably not an easy effort run at all. That was a lot of effort. And that makes people angry and it confuses them precisely because it's the opposite of everything we've been told to do. Everything in our life demands 100% of our effort and energy 100% of the time. And if you don't get the results, then you didn't try hard enough. You didn't balance. Oh, you don't feel good? Well, you just didn't rest enough. Oh, you didn't get the results you wanted? Then you didn't study hard enough. You didn't do enough. And the questions that we ask ourselves when we walk into these situations, like specifically for my clients when they walk into the corral on race day, all I want them to think is, could I have done more? And did I really need to? I did everything I needed to do without sacrificing anything else that I needed to do in my life. I'm coached, I'm loved, I'm winning, I'm here, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. That's all I want them thinking over and over and over, not doubting and not questioning. And pretty much every other area of our life leaves us doubting and questioning. And very few people are ever going to say like, of course you did enough. They'll say things like, oh, you tried your best. You gave it everything you had, but that's not the same. Well, what if everything I had wasn't enough? We're not addressing that key question. So what I want to talk about today for those of you, whether you are homeschooling or just waiting for that to come down the pike, ours is coming down the pike. It should be here by April the 7th. Trying to work from home with managers that don't know what productivity is supposed to look like under these conditions, with unreasonable expectations all around you. It is, if you felt like you were kind of barely keeping your life together before, you're going to feel more of that in a much more tangible way now. And what I want you to remember when you come to your nest in those moments when you feel like, I'm doing everything I can, and it's still not enough, because that's always the thought underpinning that my best is still not enough. And that's like a fear and a rage and a frustration. I want you to stop, come sit in your nest, look out your beautiful view, or whatever view makes you happy. Obviously, I can't see it now because kids put this up and it's just too much work to take it down. That circuit I did is hard. But just come to your nest and look at your view. Take a deep breath and hear my voice in the back of your head saying, I know you're doing your best, and your best is enough. It always has been, and it absolutely is now. No one knows what they're doing ever, but especially right now. Right now are uncharted waters. We're all fumbling through this life together, and I promise you, you are by no means behind, especially on the days when you're quite sure that you are. You don't know where you are, and you don't truly acknowledge how much effort you've been putting out, because that's not what we have been taught to do. So I'm going to do it for you. I see how hard you're working. I see how much effort you're putting in. I see how much you care, not only about doing the right thing, but being the right person for your kids, for your coworkers, for your clients. I see all the emotional labor, all the invisible work, and I am so proud. I'm so proud of you, and I am so honored to be your coach. You are, and you have always been enough. Because you know an animal that probably could do more? It's a sloth. And sloths are awesome. So you know what? Whether you were like the early bird who got the worm, or the most awesomest sloth in the jungle, you're still alive, which by default means that you're winning at this thing called life. Yay! To every awesome sloth out there and every early bird, I love you equally. One is just as good as the other. They serve different purposes. And so each day, you might be the early bird today and the awesome sloth tomorrow. Question always needs to be, did I get what I needed out of that effort? More often than not, the answer is yeah, you did. And it was enough. See you tomorrow.